Tom, when you spoke with us today, you shared with us some thoughts and insights about how people move from childhood to youth and then through to adulthood. Could you say a little bit more about that and how it informs our preaching?
Yes, I introduced it with a story that I think is helpful because it gives people a visual image. When I was a little boy, I had a wonderful, wonderful father. I just adored him. And every now and then, I would dress up in his business suit. And of course, it was entirely too big for me. I had to roll up the sleeves and roll up the pants. And I would put the tie on, and it was like a red carpet, you know, down in front of me. And back in those days, men wore a kind of formal business hat. It was called a Stetson, I can remember. And it was so big, it would come down over my head and block my sight. So I'd have to put it askew on my head and look into the mirror. And of course, I couldn't fit into those clothes. But the point, I think, was I was not dressing for what I could fit into then, but what I could grow up into. And it's a lot like the author of Colossians saying, you know, he says, clothe yourselves in kindness, compassion, humility, patience. Above all, clothe yourselves in love. Let the peace of Christ reign in your heart. And I think he's writing to the Colossians for them to grow up into the clothing of Christ, to grow up into those qualities. And I can't imagine a better mission statement for youth ministry and ministry with children than saying our goal is to help them grow up into the full stature of Christ. I mean, that is what we're really after. And a little boy once helped me with this. I saw him at a party. When I was a kid growing up, I remember I couldn't stand it when people would say to me, what do you want to be when you grow up? You know, they ask kids that all the time. But of course, once I became an adult, that was my question. So I said to this kid at a party, what do you want to be when you grow up? And he said to me, and he was not being smart alecky or anything like that. He was very serious. He said, I want to grow up to be an adult. And I thought, what a terrific answer. A lot of us need to make that our goal. But that is what we're really after. And I think when we're doing ministry with youth and with children, that's what we're aiming for. And in aiming toward that adulthood, it not only helps the children and the youth, it helps the adults to be the adults that those young people want to become. So I think I'm very interested in that maturation process and how we nurture it.